To add a vehicle to inventory, we're going to move from the AutoStar Fusion homepage into the Inventory Activity Center. From here, you can click on Add a Vehicle to Inventory to get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is enter your VIN number into the assigned field and click Decode VIN. And this is going to pull vehicle information from the National VIN Registry, so it will auto-populate your fields. Then you can fill in the fields that still require some information. And then when you get to the mileage field, you can enter actual mileage, estimated mileage. So if you don't have the vehicle yet, but you need to enter it into inventory, you could put the estimated mileage. If it's over 10 years old, maybe you're selling a classic, then you can select exempt from the drop down, since it'll be exempt from the mileage factor. And then the last thing you'll want to do is assign the vehicle to one of your lots. So you can select from your lot lookup table, and then this vehicle will be assigned to this specific lot. The next tab is our Options tab. This is going to allow you to select the different features that will be available on this vehicle. So click Edit Features, and then you can move from group to group, appearance, audio, body trim, etc., and select the different features that are available on this car or truck. Once you're done with all your groups and you've selected all your features, then click OK, and you'll notice all of your features are then populated on the screen. You'll notice over here to the right that you have some custom fields. These are user-defined fields. You can set them up in your System Utilities Company Setup section. You can assign them any duty you want. So if you wanted like a key number, then you could put the key number here, or if you wanted to track something else about the inventory, you can define what you want to track and then enter that information every time you put a vehicle into your inventory. The next tab is the Purchase Information tab. And this tab is going to be where you document the information from your purchase of the vehicle. So we would select the date that we got the vehicle from the auction or dealer. We would put in the car cost, so what we paid for the vehicle. Now, if you set up a pack fee, if you charge a pack fee and you set that up in your company defaults, that'll populate here. If you don't charge a pack fee, then this will zero out. And if you have a pack fee but you want to edit it for this deal or for this piece of inventory, then you can change it to a different pack fee. You can select the vendor or the auction dealer that you purchased the vehicle from by using your lookup table. And if you want to track who purchased what vehicles for your lots, then you can click on the buyer lookup table that you created in your company defaults and select the person that purchased the vehicle. If you purchase a vehicle from an individual rather than a dealer or an auction house, then you can put the individual's information in this assigned field. Our system is going to default to AP draft payable for the initial payment. However, if you paid cash or you wrote a check, if you need to set up a floor plan, if you're stocking in a repo, then you can select those options from the drop-down menu. If you have a draft and you need to pay that invoice, you can click Add Draft, select the date that the invoice is going to be due, and click OK, and then Save, and that'll set up your draft for you. If you were entering a floor plan, then you would select Floor Payable, click Add Floor, enter the floor date, the amount, and then select your floor code, which would be the bank or financial institution providing the line of credit, from your drop-down menu or your lookup table, and then click Save, and that would create your floor plan. Now, you can also come in and look at draft history, floor history, cost history, or a sum of all of them in the total history. Right now, we can look at our draft that we set up, and that would be available to see. And same thing, if you set up a floor plan, that would be in your floor history. The next tab that we're going to look at is the Cost Expenses tab. And this tab is going to be where you're going to enter information about expenses you're incurring for the vehicle up until the point of sale. So if you have a customer that's interested in this truck, but they want you to put new tires on it and you agree to that, then you can put that expense here and it'll factor into the total cost of the vehicle. So let's click Add Expense. You put the date that you incurred the expense, put the description of the expense, and the amount. Then you select how you're paying for it, if it's cash, if it's going to be an accounts payable transaction, and then click OK. Now you can see at the bottom in our summary, we have the initial cost, the pack fee that we're charging, and now we have this expense of $450. So now our total cost is $6,200. That's what we have invested in this vehicle so far. The Miscellaneous tab is going to allow you to enter registration information such as your temporary tag number, the license plate number that's on the car, title information if you're waiting for the title to be transferred or if you're sending it somewhere. You can enter that information in the designated fields. You can also click this button at the bottom, Publish to the Web, and that'll let people at your dealership know this piece of inventory is ready to be published to your website. However, it will not upload this inventory information for you to that website. If you click the Not for Sale button, that's going to notify other people at the dealership when they come in to view this account that it's not ready for sale for some reason. Maybe it's being repaired or it's being detailed or something like that, so it's not ready for sale. So you can click that and that just notifies people that you're still waiting for this one to be ready. On top of that, over here in the miscellaneous information area, you can select a status for your vehicle. So for every minute that this vehicle is in your possession at your lot, you can track the status of it. So I could say this one's ready for sale, or it's being painted, or it's being repaired. If someone has this out on a test drive, I can select the test status. So if one of my salespeople came in to look at this piece of inventory, they would know it's being test driven at the moment. I can also track the location of my vehicles by setting up a location lookup table. That may include your service department, paint and body shop or repair shop that you use on a regular basis. Anywhere that this vehicle might be at a certain point, you can track that location from a lookup table. You can also track investor and batch information by selecting an investor code or a batch ID from a lookup table that you create in your system setups. Additionally, if you are a pastime user and you have pastime GPS devices on your vehicles, you can enter the pastime serial number and unit type in the Miscellaneous tab. We do offer an image gallery in the Inventory Activity Center. This tab is going to allow you to import one picture of your vehicle, so you'll have that as part of your deal jacket and it'll be on file here. However, the image that you import into the Inventory Activity Center is not able to be uploaded to your website. The last tab that we have in inventory is our Notes tab. Here you can add a note If you had to make a call about the tires that you ordered, or you received a call from the paint shop saying that the vehicle's ready, you could add those notes into the account so they'll be there. You can create to-do activities for yourself. So I'm going to set an activity that says by the 15th at noon, I need to have this vehicle washed and detailed. That way, I will now have the note and it'll be part of this account. So anytime I go back into it, I'll see the note there that I need to have this washed and detailed by the 15th. You can also click Show Notes and it'll show you the history for this account. Any notes that you put in the inventory will follow this account from Activity Center to Activity Center. So as you move through and you work through sales and payments, then you can click Show Notes and even see inventory notes that you added at the beginning. So we completed all the tabs with the necessary information for stocking the vehicle. So I'm going to click Save, and when I do, I'm going to get a stock number that defaults to the next available stock number in the system. If you use a different method for stocking vehicles, then you're welcome to override the system default and put in the stock number of your choice. Now you're going to get a pop-up asking if you want to print the receipt. If you want to print a receipt, then you can click yes. You can add a message like, have a nice day, thank you for your payment. If not, just click no. And now you've stocked your vehicle into inventory. You'll notice at the top of the screen now your stock number is located with the vehicle description. And next to that, you see an options menu. If you click on the menu, you get some options not available when we were adding the vehicle. So now we could search for another vehicle without leaving the inventory activity. We could print a document from our document repository. We could print a stock card, which is going to give you a summary of the inventory tabs. We can print an image card that will just show you the picture that you uploaded. Letters is going to give you a list of letters in your repository that you're able to print. And the last option, the View Tags option, allows you to create or select a tag that you want to assign to this account. And a tag is basically an alert that you want someone to see when they come into this account. So let's add a tag by clicking on that and then clicking Add, Remove. I'm going to go into the title group and say that the title's in-house for this vehicle. And then I'm going to save it and close. And now you can see that I have a tag or an alert on my screen that says this title is in-house. So anytime someone comes into this account in inventory or any other Activity Center, they're going to see my alert until I choose to remove it.